The first thing that she said when I asked her how old she was probably too old to be talking to you. Okay, then why the
Every once in a while, someone who is so completely, spectacularly off the rails shows up on your screen and you have to watch while fighting to retain healthy brain cells. One of these people is Leslie Clark, a TikToker in her late 20s. There is a subsection of the internet that functions like a zoo. This portion houses degenerates who are known as lolcows, which are internet personalities that are so worrisome that their only sense of value comes from audiences milking them for laughs. Leslie is a typical example of these people. In fact, Leslie is battling for the queendom in the lolcow space, alongside contenders like Tofiachu and Maybe I Sierra, another TikTok predator in the corner.
I love little girls, they make me feel so good.
She has even openly argued with Tofiachu on a live stream for reasons that are probably known through lolcow telepathy.
Quit drinking out of
guard dog? Not here to help.
That roaches have caught into.
Bark, 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 bark.
Learn how to get a Sophia, you're nothing but
You don't
a
even
freaking-
look black, to be honest. Stop scratching yourself on life and sniffing your hands, fishy hands.
Leslie Clark is a woman from Louisiana who has spent the better part of the last decade using the internet as her own personal disaster zone.
Leslie is anywhere between 22 to 33 years old. You know that I'm 16. And you still agreed to be my girlfriend.
She has faked pregnancies a handful of times.
It's about the same. Hold on, give it a second. Okay, I can see it. How long ago was that taken?
It was about like 10 minutes ago.
And she vapes too much even if she chokes on it and can't take it. Leslie Clark has so much internet drama around her that you would think she's a controversial character from a movie and not a real person. She insults police officers.
Okay, so I got a call from neighbors that said they saw you walking down the street. You're being very, very loud.
I wasn't being loud.
Okay, to them you were. That's all that matters.
That's bullshit.
She's made a bunch of racist comments online.
You know how bad a black person smells if they don't take a shower after a few days?
And she doesn't even have a sense of decorum online because she farts in her videos and sniffs her hands after scratching a bad itch. And through it all, she kept racking up followers on her 2 YouTube accounts and on TikTok. In this video, we will cover everything about this internet degenerate. Who is Leslie Clark? What other disturbing things did she do that made her stand out on the internet? Get ready, because you're about to enter deep into a rabbit hole unlike no other. Leslie Clark was someone who had all her lolcow history documented on social media platforms, especially Reddit. She's the internet's equivalent of a weed, as she keeps returning online no matter how much you try to report her accounts. In the course of her internet reign, Leslie created multiple accounts across social media platforms like Facebook, YouTube, and most importantly, TikTok. If you miss a day of her content, you might have missed a lot of degeneracy and updates about her new and latest accounts. And that's why Reddit communities were important to keep internet users in the loop. But Leslie fought to keep her online behavior a secret, and was successful in getting the main Reddit community banned. However, here's the thing about the internet. Wherever you post online remains in the digital cyberspace, and Leslie's online footprints have been nothing but one social and even legal problem to another. Leslie Clark's internet reign began on YouTube. Her first channel was called Pooh Bear, and it was created in July 2015. On that channel, she mostly just sang covers of popular songs. She wasn't Celine Dion or Ariana Grande, so you can have an idea of the quality of her song production.
When a man loves a woman, can't keep his mind on nothing else. He tries the world, forget the spell.
Her covers were bad but harmless, and you're better off not listening to her on mute.
I loved you all along, I miss you.
The song covers weren't the only pieces of content that she posted on her channel. Leslie also uploaded a few homely videos here and there, like song covers by her best friend Shania, and videos of her siblings messing around. Her channel only had 170 subscribers, and she never shared any concerning habits at the time to have attracted any profound attention on the internet. Unfortunately, this version of Leslie didn't last long. In 2017, she created a second YouTube channel called Queen Badass. And from the name change, you can tell that there was something different about this rebranding. On Queen Badass, Leslie's singing contents were replaced by rants and storytelling about nonsensical topics. For instance, in one early video, she sat down and talked about getting a guy's name tattooed on her hand after about 3 months of dating.
Is about, I don't know if I can say it. It's about,
Leslie called it her bad tattoo. She explained that her ex had been begging her to get it done for 2 weeks, only for them to break things off after he told her he was gay.
but the bad part is the next day he texted me and he was like, "We're through." I was, "Wow, what's up?" He was like, "Because I might be gay." Like, I just wasted almost $200 fucking dollars.
In another video she titled, "Vaping is Life," Leslie can be seen in a short clip smoking, puffing, and choking. Leslie loved vaping. She was loud and proud about it, and even went as far as creating a dedicated vape account on TikTok years later after her YouTube era. She often posted about her habit of collecting used vapes and pinning them to her bedroom wall like trophies. None of her videos on her Queen Badass channel had a straightforward pattern, but they were so different from her early content. Leslie did all that she could to seem like a cool, bad girl. Apart from the exaggerated stories and vaping videos, she also posted videos that were hard to process, like this one for example, where she announced that she was going to a clinic to try to get pregnant.
Morning, I will be going to a paternity clinic and hopefully walk out pregnant.
She didn't plan on going with a husband or a long-term partner. Instead, Leslie was doing this for her girlfriend at the time. According to her, she and her girlfriend wanted to start a family and she was going to the doctor to figure out how to make that happen. Leslie was confident about it and kept saying that she was ready to be a mother.
Because I know I'm ready to be a mom and ready to have that responsibility in my life and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm going to be having a baby.
Well, that's a total lie, especially when you consider Leslie's behavior outside YouTube. When TikTok came along, it was like the app was built for her. She had a stronger chance of reaching far audiences, and the more unhinged you are, the more likely people would watch you. For someone like Leslie, TikTok gave her the platform where she could feel important, and she went wild when she joined the space. She made multiple accounts over the years, and most of them have quite the number of following. Her first account got banned for multiple violations, and then she focused on the backup account she called, wait, I'm Queen Badass, which has over 50,000 followers. But this one hasn't been active since 2021. Leslie's other accounts continue to thrive from 2022 onwards. There's VapeLover0026 with over 28,000 followers, and I post about my ex. She posted thirst traps and went live for hours at a time. She also directed traffic to an OnlyFans page that her family had absolutely no idea about until someone found it, and word got back to her aunt, who made her delete her accounts. So Leslie made new ones. Whenever she was banned, she always bounced back with new accounts and continued her deranged oversharing habits. She would post things that call for legal concerns, like this one where she claimed she had an unregistered gun. She wrote the caption, "Messing with my nephews is dangerous cause hickory dickory dock here comes auntie with an unregistered Glock." And although she's trying to send a message that she would be merciless to anyone who hurts her nephews, publicly announcing that you have an unregistered gun is counter-effective since she has already told the world about it. Leslie might not even be the most rational person to wield a gun based on reasons we will explore as we continue, but it won't matter at the end of the day if this information turns out to be a big lie. Apart from this type of content, Leslie was also fond of acting without decorum online. Sometimes viewers would watch firsthand the effects of her vaping. Across dozens of live streams over the years, Leslie's audience could hear her struggling to breathe. She would wheeze loudly in a way that could make you want to call the paramedics for her.
Yeah, what do you want me to do? Hold my breath and die? Tired of everybody keep accompanying the breathing. Bitch, want me to hold my breath and die?
From this reaction, it's clear that Leslie's vaping habits are a call for genuine medical concern. Even Leslie herself eventually acknowledged the problem on a live stream. She said her airways were getting narrower and was going to need surgery.
I breathe like that because my airways are narrow and I gotta get that fixed. If it doesn't fix the way they want to fix it first, then I'm gonna have to go through surgery.
Leslie also claimed that she was waking up in the middle of the night because she couldn't breathe properly. Her way forward was to see the doctor and do a sleep study at home. However, not long after, she picked up her vape again. And it's important to know that Leslie is a grown adult who's in her late 20s, and she lived with her elderly grandmother while vaping and being a neighborhood nuisance. There are plenty of good reasons why an adult might live with a grandparent. It could be as a result of financial hardship or maybe for caregiving purposes. These are understandable. In Leslie's case, she was just freeloading while working at Taco Bell. However, instead of acting like a respectable adult, Leslie was treating her grandmother's home like her own space, and she was not exactly a gracious houseguest. For one, she wasn't exactly hygienic or ladylike. She didn't care what she put out there on the internet. Sometimes she would scratch a bad itch so hard and end up sniffing her hands. This would become the premise on which people on the internet would refer to Leslie as fishy hands, and it would also be the main topic of an argument between Leslie and her fellow Loca Tafuchu.
Why you scratch yourself and sniff your hands? Where's Perry?
Harassment.
Why do you got a tattoo of Perry and he don't even want your ugly?
Quit drinking
Where's
out
your
of
guard
freaking
dog?
cups.
Not here to help.
That roaches have crawled into.
Bark, 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 bark.
But this unhygienic trait is only one of Leslie's poor attributes. Her room always looks like a dump site or a nesting area for birds. And this brings us to another noticeable antic that Leslie is fond of doing. In multiple instances, she somehow chews or sucks on her tongue. Leslie once explained that she did this because it's a birth defect where her tongue is much bigger than her mouth.
Alright, to answer this question, everybody has a birth defect. My birth defect is having an enlarged tongue. My tongue is too big for my mouth. That is my birth defect. I gotta live with it, okay?
Either way, this isn't something most ladies would display on the internet, especially less than graciously. It's clear that Leslie isn't the average adult. She had the weirdest quirks, and was living with an elderly woman who had to put up with her excesses. Whenever she went on live streams, you could regularly hear her grandmother in the background. Sometimes she asked Leslie to turn down the music or to tell her to stop cursing on camera.
Hang up that phone or shut that filthy mouth.
Yes, ma'am.
You have got a sewer for a mouth, and I hear it in here with the door closed. Don't you dare get on that phone and cuss like that again.
But even with all her complaints, Leslie's typical response was to either ignore the elderly woman entirely or dismiss her like a minor inconvenience. There's a clip that circulated around Leslie's community more than once. Her grandmother was telling her she wasn't going to put up with being disrespected anymore, and Leslie brushed it off like the whole thing was silly.
Like that though.
Then why did you say it like that?
I just did.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not taking any more of your abuse, Leslie.
There's no I was just saying.
Just leave it alone.
Her grandmother was trying to tell her that she was upset about something, and instead of apologizing or trying to see things from her own end, Leslie claimed that the poor woman was making a big deal out of nothing.
Like, I don't know why you're making such a big deal about it.
I don't want you to talk about it.
Like, you're making a big deal out of nothing.
Yeah, I'm making a big deal out of it because I want some respect.
I was getting your respect. I was joking the way I said it.
Leslie disrespected her grandmother in more ways than one. It's in this elderly woman's home that she vaped and recorded all of her cringy TikTok videos. Apart from vaping, Leslie also drank regularly. In fact, some of her most infamous live stream moments happened when she had been drinking. She got sick on camera more than once.
His phone's dead right
My
now.
phone was DEAD.
So he'll add y'all back when it charges.
So look, who be liking that booster song? No wait, not booster song. Wait, booster.
Leslie, how's it going down? Smooth?
She went live on her front porch late at night, and she was so loud that her neighbors called the police. And this brings us to another controversial aspect of Leslie Clark's existence, her confrontation with the police.
Okay, so I got a call from neighbors that said they saw you walking down the street. You're being very, very loud.
I wasn't being loud.
Okay, to them you were. That's all that matters.
That's bullshit.
You see, Leslie has had quite a history with law enforcement, mostly due to her lousy, noise-making antics. One time, an officer showed up at her house after receiving noise complaints. He explained the situation clearly and told her he wasn't there to arrest her and that he just needed her to calm down and stay inside.
I'm going to take you to jail right now for public intoxication.
It's not public. I'm doing it at home.
Okay. Try to work with me here. Let me talk to you. I'm not going to arrest you right now for disturbing the peace by public intoxication.
How am I disturbing peace?
Instead of listening to the officer, Leslie argued with him for several minutes. She asked him how she could be guilty of public intoxication when she was on her own property, and at one point gestured toward an almost empty bottle of Jack Daniels while trying to prove she had been a responsible drinker. When the officer got fed up with her constant backtalks, he informed her that he would take her to the station if she didn't behave accordingly.
You want to go to Donaldsonville and tell the judge?
I wasn't even talking.
You go to Donaldsonville and tell the judge that's what you want to do?
No, I'm just saying I wasn't even talking when I was walking home.
All right, so I'm ready to take you to jail right now. You gonna shut up and listen to me, or you gonna be good? You keep mouthing off to me. I'm gonna take you to Donaldsonville. I got all day long. I got all night.
That night, she almost got arrested, but there was one time she wasn't so lucky with the authorities. This was when Leslie stole her grandmother's car. Poor woman called the police on her and Leslie was arrested, and she was charged for illegal possession of stolen things. She spent time in jail over it, and after all of that, her grandmother still took her back into her home. It was clear that the old woman loved Leslie even when Leslie herself made it very difficult to. She was vaping constantly, drinking regularly, occasionally getting sick on camera and not cleaning it up, and bringing the full chaos of her online life directly into the living space of an elderly woman who just wanted some peace and quiet. And in her live stream, she hardly behaved like a prim and proper lady because she was always comfortable farting online. And she would also play loud music any time of the day and dance abnormally in front of her camera. It would have been great if she'd been put away in a jail cell somewhere. This way, a lot of people, especially Leslie's young victims, wouldn't have had to deal with the online harassment she subjected them to. One of the people who suffered extreme harassment in her hands is a young man named Perry. Leslie has described Perry as many things. He's the great love of her life, the man who abandoned her, the father of a baby she was supposedly carrying, and the person whose name she decided to permanently tattoo on her own body. But from Perry's side of the story, he's just a guy who dated Leslie for like 2 days, which is less than a week, and that's it. They dated for a few days, not weeks or months, but days. The Perry saga kicked off in May 2019 when Leslie uploaded a photo of her and Perry on her Facebook page. This picture is the first thing you'd see the minute you open her Facebook profile. It's her header and profile image. Then 3 months after this, Leslie took to her YouTube channel to upload a video she titled Storytime: How I Fell in Love with My Best Friend Perry, where she revealed that she and Perry had been best friends for 2 years, and they hadn't dated initially because he had been in a relationship with her best friend. The relationship eventually came to an end, and Leslie claimed that she decided to take her chance.
After I found out they broke up, I'm like, damn, this is my chance. This is my chance. I gotta do something fast.
And here's where the lies came in. Leslie claimed that she and Perry started dating and endured in an on and off relationship for 8 years.
Me and him got together and everything.
First of all, she claimed that they were best friends for 2 years. Then she added that they dated for 8 years. Even in another screenshot, she would claim that they dated for 4 years, and she has had 2 miscarriages for him. Yet according to Perry's side of the story, they had only been together for a week. This tells you a lot about the kind of person Leslie truly is. She's delusional, disrespectful, and a complete liar. After this YouTube video, Leslie moved her Perry obsession to TikTok, where she started making videos about him constantly.
Thing is, I cared about him more than anyone else in the world. But it wasn't enough. I mean, he walked away like it was the easiest thing in the world to do.
She posted crying TikToks, emotional voiceovers, and songs as if he could hear them through the screen. In one live stream, she claimed that she and Perry had fought, and she had tried to piss him off on purpose because of their separation.
Me and Perry got into it just a little bit. When I was just joking around with him, just trying to put everything past us and behind us and everything, so I decided to piss him off.
She claimed that she was bored and felt like joking around with him, which is naturally a disturbing thing to do with someone who literally broke up with you after a week of dating. In that same live stream, Leslie claimed that she got a dog and named it after Perry, but he had responded by calling her delusional.
He messaged me back, calling me delusional.
She pulled out screenshots between her and Perry, and one of them had a message telling her that she was obsessed and needed to move on. You're the delusional one, you're the obsessed one, and I need you to move the fuck on and get a new life. But the thing about this screenshot is that there was no contact ID to prove that this was truly Perry. When viewers accused her of lying, she responded in a hostile way, insulting them and using curse words.
How am I spreading misinformation when this fucking happened? I got fucking receipts, Amanda. No wonder why you're fucking blonde. You're dumb as fuck. Toast Termini, learn how to fucking post your face, then fucking insult me, bitch.
Leslie painted this narrative that Perry was obsessed with her. She claimed that he always popped back in her life no matter how many times she blocked him, and he just liked seeing her face.
Caitlin, I block him. He makes new f***ing accounts. To make sure. Just to fucking see my face, I guess. I don't fucking know, but he's always making new f***ing accounts.
But who would believe that after she just shared a story of him telling her to move on after she had texted him in the first place? Leslie's obsession with Perry was clear as day, and it was even worse during this time because he had a new girlfriend. His relationship had gone public in May 2019 in a Facebook post where Perry wrote, "My girlfriend is the best thing that has happened to me, and I will never let anyone come between us." When Leslie found out about her, she uploaded one of her most iconic and most shared videos, a slow, emotional message addressed directly to the new girlfriend. She told this woman to take care of Perry, to love him unconditionally, and to always be by his side, no matter what.
I'm the ex, and I know this might sound crazy, but you got him. You got him. Do me a favor. Don't break his heart.
If that came from someone who had been in a real, long-term relationship, you might understand it. But this was from someone who had known the man for less than a week, years prior. The new girlfriend had never met Leslie. Perry had moved on completely. And yet there was Leslie, on camera, performing as if Perry was a divorce partner.
Always be there for him. Always have his back. Take care of him. And love him unconditionally.
Perry was not touched by this. In fact, he was creeped out. He found out Leslie had his name tattooed on her leg, and he reportedly described it as extremely creepy before cutting off all contact with her. Mind you, this was her second name tattoo. The first one was for a different guy who had broken up with her, like she had shared in her story time on YouTube. But unlike that ex-boyfriend, Leslie didn't stop with a name tattoo. She continued to post about Perry's new relationship, even going as far as uploading edits of the pair with sappy music.
Don't get too comfortable, sweetheart. I was his everything once, too.
You told me that I'm not enough.
Then she started spreading rumors that his girlfriend was a 14-year-old. As if that wasn't disturbing enough, Leslie went out of her way to make a pregnancy announcement. She went on a live stream to showcase a pregnancy test strip she had done, even if the result hadn't revealed that she was pregnant when she wasn't.
Okay, I can see it. How long ago was that taken?
It was about 10 minutes ago.
It's not. It'll be a little inaccurate because it was 10 minutes ago because that evaporation line will start popping up. It had
Shortly after, Perry's name was mixed with this pregnancy situation. First, she changed her last name on Facebook to Perry's surname. Then she updated her bio to announce she was 4 months pregnant with Perry's baby and planning to name the child Perry Jr. Perry himself commented on her post, directly stating that they had never had any kind of physical relationship that could result in a pregnancy. He said, "You are lying, just like when you said we fucked and you said you was pregnant. That wasn't a fucking lie and you know it. Yes, it is. You drew the lines on the pregnancy test." Leslie said he was lying and added that she had been pregnant with his baby back in 2018 and had suffered a miscarriage after 3 months. Leslie still denied fabricating the results, but later on she posted an apology video where she admitted the pregnancy was fake. She said she had done it because she thought it would make Perry come back to her. Hey y'all, it's Leslie. I just want to say how sorry I am for lying about everything, and I didn't mean for it to go this far. I only did it so Perry would be with me, and his ex would be jealous. Then in that same apology, she admitted she had used the pregnancy to collect money from people who had selflessly donated to help her situation. In a subsequent apology video, she claimed that she would refund these well-wishes when she received her next paycheck.
I want to come on here and apologize for everything I have done in the past. As soon as I get my paycheck, my next paycheck, I have all the screenshots of the people I owe money to.
However, this promise was never fulfilled because Leslie claimed that her Cash App got banned and she lost access to the people who had sent her money.
I don't want to pay y'all back. I really want to pay y'all back. I really, really do. But people kept reporting the Cash App, and the Cash App got taken down. So I don't know who I need to pay back.
This is completely false, because Leslie had initially stated that she had screenshots of her benefactors, and those screenshots are supposed to exist with or without her Cash App. Unfortunately, Perry and Leslie's story didn't end with this scam. Years later, Leslie showed up at his house unannounced, and Perry's baby mom Brittany accused Leslie of stealing her credit card and using it to buy things at a gas station. Leslie denied this allegation in a live stream and claimed that she had used her grandmother's card.
The store, blah, blah, blah. Why did you use my money? Steal my money? Blah, blah. I was like, I didn't. I didn't steal from you. Like, I have the proof right here. She's just probably trying to start shit, so I don't hang out with Perry anymore.
Eventually, Perry and Brittany broke up much later, possibly due to the friction Leslie was causing. And then, in a shocking twist, Leslie and Brittany started dating. You heard that right. This was the woman who had just accused Leslie of theft. And for some reason, they started dating. She posted TikTok videos with these captions. When you become best friends with his baby mama. When you find the love of your life and it's his baby mama. It lasted a few weeks, with Leslie going as far as professing her love for Brittany in every TikTok video she uploaded. But later on, it was alleged that Leslie had been secretly gathering information about Brittany and feeding it back to Perry, presumably to try to win points with him. When Perry found out, he was furious. He threatened to fight for full custody of his son, specifically because he did not want his child around Leslie. And Leslie, still trying to hold on despite the spiraling situation, called him out on TikTok for being ungrateful after everything she had done. At one point, trying to prove that Perry had been calling her, Leslie showed her followers a screenshot of her call log.
Hi. Well, I was in the kitchen just a few minutes ago making me some chicken nuggies. And minding my business. My phone rings. Perry is calling.
She threw a question to the public, asking why Perry was still bothering her.
So Perry, why are you calling my phone? Why are you calling my phone?
However, netizens immediately noticed that it was actually Leslie who had made the call under a fake name. She had saved her number in her own phone as Madison and called Perry, presumably hoping he would answer a number he didn't recognize. He didn't pick up, so he called back twice. And that was how she got the screenshot of 2 missed calls as evidence that he was trying to reach her. At the end of this drama, Perry would serve time in jail for crimes like theft and illegal possession of stolen goods. And after about 2 years of incarceration, he would fake his death to escape Leslie's clutches, but she wouldn't buy it.
Truth about Perry. He is not dead. He is very well much alive, okay? Let's just put it like that. Okay.
But with this turn of events, Leslie eventually moved on to other love interests, like this guy named Kenneth or Eternal X Darkness on TikTok, who was obsessed with Leslie. He always posted tacky videos about his love for her. Sometimes he would also share videos full of screenshots of his messages with Leslie. And guess what? They were always filled with multiple chat panels of him love-bombing Leslie, and Leslie responding with one-worded replies. And the worst part of it all is that he was a married man with a child.
2 hands on the wheel, I can't replace a way.
Leslie obviously didn't like Kenneth as much as she liked Perry, and this is because her interest didn't lie with a grown, married adult male. Leslie liked another group of people who were much younger than her. Not long into their relationship, Kenneth broke up with Leslie, and she was finally free to move on to her next relationship. However, this was when things began to spiral out of control, and Leslie's story began to take a dark turn. For most of her online career, Leslie Clark repeatedly and deliberately targeted minors. She always dated or pursued people who seemed to be consistently and noticeably younger than her. Not just a few years, but a large margin. One disturbing case is a kid named Tyler who went by Young Slappy online. Back in 2021, Leslie posted videos about how they were together.
He chose me, he don't want you. He chose me. Nanny, nanny, boo, boo. I him more than you do.
The pair did TikTok videos together, and although this sounds unbelievable, this continued till 2024. Tyler acted his role as Leslie's protector effortlessly. Even in some cringe videos, he responded to anyone who insulted her.
Hey yo, if you're seeing this right now, fuck Leslie!
Talking about Leslie, I hear you say one more thing about her. I'm gonna beat Leslie's my girl. And if you say something about her, then I'm gonna lose my fucking cool, man!
But here's the fun part about their relationship. He was just making fun of Leslie with his content for engagement. Internet users often caught on to this behavior in the comments, and Tyler never responded to them. He once referred to his connection to Leslie as an internet lore, and this essentially could be interpreted as him regarding their relationship as a joke. Then in 2025, he posted a video on his TikTok account saying that he did have a relationship with Leslie and it's all in the past now. Leslie once claimed in 2021 that she knew Tyler wasn't serious about her. She said she was in on the whole charade, but you can tell that it's an obvious lie.
That thing with Tyler, aka Young Slappy, I knew it was all a joke. I knew it was. I knew from the fucking beginning it's all a fucking joke because I was in on it. I was in on it, bro.
This was 2021, and she continued with him for 3 more years. But regardless of the nature of their relationship, Tyler and Leslie had been friends for a long time. Tyler even claimed that he still liked her as a person, especially because she's somewhat of a different person in real life than what she is on social media.
Listen, at the end of the day, I understand people have quarrels with her, and I get that. But versus how she is in personal life, it's 2 different things, and I get it, man.
Their dynamic ultimately led a lot of people to question one particular thing, Tyler's age, when they became close. It was alleged that Tyler was underage during at least part of his time with Leslie. You see, Leslie had uploaded Tyler's profile photo on her Facebook page on June 4th, 2019, and on that same day, she updated her status to in a relationship. This wouldn't have raised an alarm had internet users not done some digging. Apparently, Tyler graduated high school in 2020 at the age of 18, and if he was in a relationship with Leslie a year before that, it would mean that he was probably 17 when they started dating. Leslie has always denied knowing anything about it, but whether it's true or not, Tyler's case made people start paying close attention to Leslie, and as time passed, more disgusting discoveries came into light, like this case involving a young boy named Ethan. Ethan was 15 when Leslie sent him unsolicited explicit photographs. He did not ask for them, and he had told her his age before any of this happened. He had specifically told her that he was not allowed to talk to anyone above a certain age, and she sent them anyway.
He's messed up in the head.
So, okay, I have a question, Ethan. And Leslie, please, did you know he was 15 when you sent those photos?
Yeah, I did.
No, I didn't.
Leslie, how old did you think he was?
Somebody told me he was 18.
Why didn't you ask him?
His older sister found out about it and went public. She shared what had happened and tried to get people to take it seriously. For 2 years, Leslie dismissed the whole thing as rumors and lies. She acted like the whole thing was an exaggeration or a misunderstanding. But everything changed when Ethan himself showed up. He joined a live stream that Leslie was on, along with a couple of other people who were there specifically to confront her about what she had done. Ethan stated his name and confirmed exactly how old he had been at the time. He explained that he had not asked for those photos and repeated that he had told Leslie his age before anything happened.
Boy. Who's this?
And how are you related to Leslie?
My name's Ethan. I was 15 when she sent the to me, and I'm 17 now.
You were the one? You were the one?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Ethan.
Yeah. I was 15 when she sent the to me.
Leslie's response in that moment was to look away from the camera. She claimed someone had told her he was older, but nothing she said worked in her favor. And things took a turn for the worst when Ethan himself revealed that Leslie's own father had also sent him unsolicited explicit photos.
Count all the info. Her father even sent his to me. Like the whole family's messed up in the head.
So, okay, I have a question, Ethan. And Leslie?
Was this a generational predatory behavior? Or was Leslie projecting what her father must have done to her on other kids? The truth is, we will never know. What's clear in this entire situation is that no matter how much Leslie tried to feign ignorance of the situation, she knew what she did was wrong. She admitted it once in a live stream where she proudly stated that she had not. Ethan had told her he wouldn't press charges against her.
Right after she sent them, I showed my sister, and that's when her and my sister.
Who are you right now?
By the end of her history with Ethan, Leslie had already gone through several versions of her story. First of all, she claimed that she did not know his age. Then she brushed everything off as an honest mistake. Then she later claimed that it was something that happened a long time ago, saying that he was 18 already, and there was nothing the authorities could do about it.
Like, even the cops said that there's nothing that they can do. Even the cops said that there's nothing they can do now.
She spoke with relief, as if the storm was over, as if getting away with something is the same thing as not having done anything wrong. Even in another clip where she was confronted, she claimed that it was just a one-time affair and she had never done it again.
Just to let you know, this shit happened like 10 years ago, and everybody fucking knows about this shit, and I
doesn't matter if it happened
Shut the fuck up when you finish.
still dated a child.
I never dated a
children.
You sent news to one.
No, it's not. It was just one.
It doesn't
Oh,
matter if
one.
it was just one, Leslie. That
And
doesn't go away.
But that's a complete lie. It wasn't just one case. This brings us to another man named AJ.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's AJ. Ignore my voice. I'm sick. This is like my third take because I keep messing this video up, but it is okay.
16-year-old AJ had watched Leslie's story unfold online and decided to carry out a sting operation to know whether Leslie had stopped on children.
What Leslie had done with that 15-year-old boy, and I decided to take it into my own hands and get proof that she was actually going after children.
AJ identifies as a trans male and was engaged at the time he ran this operation. He deliberately reached out to Leslie and presented himself as a potential romantic interest. Everything he did was for the sake of gathering evidence, and he got exactly what he was looking for.
You talk about the TikTok people wanting to ruin your life. You're doing it yourself. You told me that you thought he was 18.
In the video he posted afterward, AJ laid everything out clearly. He confirmed that Leslie knew his age from the very beginning of their interaction, and he expressed that Leslie herself had acknowledged that she was too old to be talking to him. Yet she kept talking to him anyway, and even agreed to be his girlfriend. Leslie continued the relationship knowing full well he was underage.
And no, she has no reason to be mad at me for it, simply because of the fact Leslie is anywhere between 22 to 33 years old.
AJ posted screenshots as proof. His fiancée knew about the whole operation.
There's the first screenshot, pause to read. And there's the second screenshot, pause to read. Now there are many, many more screenshots on Brittany's page.
Unfortunately, there was no way of stopping Leslie. She truly had an addiction for chasing kids. Apart from AJ and Ethan, it was confirmed that Leslie also dated another 16-year-old named Wyatt. They had been together for 17 days, and Leslie knew his age the whole time, and she even tattooed his name on her body.
So if we're
The most disturbing part about this case was that when Wyatt ended things, she posted about him for months. She posted crying TikToks with sad songs. She also went on long live stream sessions talking about how she couldn't get over him. It was like the Perry situation all over again. At this point, Leslie had been confronted about Ethan, had been exposed by AJ, and had the Wyatt situation documented. So when she said on multiple occasions that she had learned from her mistakes, that it was all in the past, and she was a different person now, it was all a lie. There was another poor kid named Connor, a boy Leslie had openly claimed to have had a crush on. She said she could not pursue it because he was too young, but didn't hesitate to admit that she loved him, and he was her absolute whole world.
But has a problem. He's too young to that, but he means the absolute world to me.
Leslie never learned her lesson. The more people confronted her for her behavior, the more she stubbornly pressed on, acting like it wasn't a big deal. Amidst the whole drama, some internet sleuths on Reddit discovered that Leslie was following a 12-year-old boy on TikTok. Also, they discovered that Leslie had created and maintained an online profile for a babysitting app, and guess what? She registered as a 19-year-old. Her bio reads, "Hi, my name is Leslie Clark. I'm 19 years old, and I live in Gonzales, Louisiana, and I love working and watching kids, so I love babysitting. It is one of my favorite things to do." When confronted, she blocked the person, but the truth was already out in the open, and that was her solution for everything. She would insult people who questioned her and then block them, because in her tiny world, nobody could tell her what to do. Leslie is someone who talks however she wants, while caring less for the consequences of her actions. She uses racial slurs a lot, especially on live streams where she bursts out in violent insults against people.
Please, Leslie, you're built like Humpty Dumpty, and you fell off the wall. Bye!
And you're N-word. You're an N-word. You're an N-word.
I'm a nigga. I am a
You are. I'm a
She has made similar unprompted comments about black people that were racist and bizarre, including a moment where she, completely out of nowhere, brought up what she believed was a connection between someone's race and their hygiene. In her words, black people smell if they don't shower often.
You know how bad a black person smells if they don't take a shower after a few days?
The person she was talking to did not know how to respond because there was no response to that. It was so far out of left field that even Leslie's own supporters in the comments were uncomfortable. At the same time, Leslie was also regularly posting TikToks about how much she was attracted to black men, which is completely unreasonable, considering how unsympathetic she is towards black people. But here's the thing about Leslie. She always tries to do damage control after showing her true colors online. After making racist comments, you won't believe what she did next. Leslie posted a video with a young black boy that she claimed was her blood brother, and she wrote in her caption that she's mixed. Similarly, Leslie is homophobic and transphobic. She has mocked and insulted transgender people multiple times. For her, being trans doesn't make you stand near her level, because she constantly puts down their integrity and mocks them. For instance, Leslie posted a video saying that she was a man trapped in a woman's body and she'd fix it.
I really am a dude trapped in a woman's body. I need to fix it. I'm going to fix it.
This video was practically geared towards making punch holes in a sensitive driving force for trans people. She claimed that she was a man on the inside, and this was something she needed to fix. There's no other meaning that could possibly come out of this behavior. And there are other instances where Leslie revealed her transphobic side. When she got into a conflict with a trans man named Sage, she deliberately misgendered him mid-argument, calling him a woman while fully knowing he was a trans man.
Quit messaging me, because if she messages me one more time, I'm going to go find her and beat the fucking shit out of her. Cause what she said. She has one more time to message me, and then after that, I'm homophobic about what I'm about to say, but Sage, you're still a female, so I can still beat your ass and get the.
In another live stream, he also threatened to publicly reveal his dead name, which is code for the name he used before transitioning.
Because if you need me to, I can message you Sage's full name.
Sure, go ahead.
Like, I could message you Sage's full illegal name since he's transgender and he changed his name.
Later on, she framed this as a casual threat, like it was just another piece of ammunition in an argument. When viewers called her out for this, she tried to avoid accountability and responded by saying it was never her intention to be transphobic.
I wasn't trying to be transphobic. Y'all are tripping. Because I wasn't trying to be freaking transphobic.
It turns out that Leslie actually had a deep crush on Sage, and was heartbroken when he didn't spare her the attention she wanted, due to his own relationship with another person named Jay. After facing rejection, she began to post her usual sad TikToks to broadcast her pain. One time, she broke down online because Sage had refused to tell her he loved her in a live stream. Leslie's pattern of behavior on the internet is to cry 1 minute about men or kids who want nothing to do with her, and then become aggressive the next. One time, she encouraged someone that made fun of Sage's mother who had cancer. In a Reddit post, the person who had witnessed the incident in a live stream shared that Leslie had invited a girl into her live stream. The girl proceeded to body shame Sage and mock his cancer-stricken mother, while Leslie laughed. And they also added that Leslie also threatened to take her own life over Sage. Even Sage posted about it in his story, saying that Leslie body shamed him despite knowing that he has eating disorder and irritable bowel syndrome, which is a condition where patients suffer from recurrent abdominal pain and diarrhea or constipation. Leslie Clark, of all people, was mocking others for their appearances and sickness. The irony of the situation makes it less funny. And after all that, she had the guts to threaten to take her life and cry because he didn't tell her he loved her. You can see that Leslie is naturally full of herself. She's cocky and thinks she can attract men like moths to flame. She constantly posts TikToks talking about how men are in her DMs and they can't have her, as if she's hard to get material. Her self-love is completely out of this world. Now, don't get it wrong. Good to love yourself, but when you target body shame people, throw slurs around, and scam people of their money after lying about pregnancy, loving yourself seems a little too arrogant. You shouldn't be proud of yourself for being such a terrible example in society. Well, Leslie Clark doesn't care about keeping up with appearances. She truly admires herself, so much that she created an OnlyFans account and urged people on her Twitter to subscribe. Most of her accounts have been taken down, and she can only do so much now because there are people constantly watching her and documenting every predatory behavior that she displays online. Thanks to this supervision, Leslie has not been as notorious as she was years ago. After 2023, her primary accounts became inactive, and for a second there, it seemed as if she fell off the face of the earth. However, she was still visible on TikTok, particularly on this account named Leslie, where she's close to 4,000 followers. Leslie is like an internet roach. No matter how much you try to get rid of her, she always pops back with an army of accounts. And ironically, they amass an impressive amount of followers because of her local personality. Leslie's other TikTok accounts include this with the recycled username Queen Badass, with a little over 1,000 followers. And she also has this account called Puppy Named Chewy, which was created for her puppy named Chewy, and most of her live streams are done through this account, like this one where she showcased that her boobs were bigger than her stomach.
You can be big. The man's still gonna eat it from the root of T suitor, okay? It don't matter.
Are literally a lot bigger than my stomach is.
This is the same person who had body shamed a cancer-stricken mother, by the way. The joke writes itself. In this new era of her TikTok, Leslie has started lying in her posts in order to get more followers on her new account. She would post videos about having an abusive ex she can't move on from.
Hey, Stan. Yeah. She really meant that much to you?
And it's obvious that she's lying for engagement. This new account has almost 4,000 followers, and it's obvious that she needs traffic to pick up speed and get to the level she reached in her previous big accounts. All these videos about having an abusive ex are usually uploaded with the hashtags #blowthisUp and awareness. And here's the crazy part. It seems like Leslie is not only trying to build a new account, but also desperate to run away from her past. You see, she isn't taking any more chances with anyone who crosses her or brings up her odd behavior. Leslie blocks internet users with the speed of light, and it's so frequent that you see it everywhere in the comments section of Leslie Clark-related videos. Leslie has continued to post the same old content on her new TikTok accounts, and she talks about her personal life just like before. She had lost her grandmother in August 2025. And in more clips, she always pays tribute to her. Be real, that old lady tried with her. Having Leslie in your household cannot be an easy feat for anyone. Moving forward, Leslie also brings up old issues that might make her seem like the badass she believes she is. Like this one time that she posted about being arrested for being in possession of stolen things. Leslie posted the screenshot of her booking ticket to match a song about disobeying the law. For some reason, her two commenters ate it up, with one of them following her in response. If her strategy is to seem cool by sharing some of the bad stuff she did in the past, then Queen Badass is truly desperate to get back into the low-cow spotlight. And like they say, old habits die hard. In one of her posts, she mentioned using a code to unlock her phone when Face ID doesn't work. Guess what? This code is none other than Perry's birthday. It's 2026, and Leslie is still talking about Perry. And not only that, but Leslie still continues to post about heartbreaks while listening to sad songs. It's as if she's constantly at war with broken relationships. And this will remain the full circle for Leslie Clark's online behavior. Unless a miracle happens, she will continue to produce her cringe videos.
At least she treats me like I'm somebody.
Yeah, but would she love you if you were nobody?
Nobody loved me when I was nobody.
I did.
She will vape as always and won't think to do much to maintain a healthy-looking body size. And she will cry to the internet to stop butting into her business when she's the one at fault for leaving a trail of degeneracy behind her.
Y'all need to start minding your own goddamn motherfucking business, bro. Because what happens in my life is none of your fucking business. Y'all are happy, why can't I be?